Hey there everyone, welcome back to another Unreal Engine 4 tutorial video. I'm Andrew for Aurora Gameworks, and in today's video we will be making a simple main menu system that we can then add onto to make more complex later on. Just for today's video we're going to be making it simple, a good starter template sort of thing for us to be able to add onto later. But yeah, let's get right into it. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is make a new level, and we're just going to call it main menu, just like that. And let's go to our project settings, maps and modes, and let's make sure that this is the level that gets opened up to when the game opens up first time. Next, let's go into our newly made main menu, and we have nothing here, that's fine. And in our world settings, we're going to, hold on, let's check here. So basically what we're going to want to do is make sure that we can override it so that we don't have a default pawn class spawn. We don't want to be able to have the character actually spawn in the main menu. We just want the main menu and then to get use of our mouse and click on some widget buttons. So a good way to do that is to be able to go here to game mode override, and let's just make sure that our default pawn class is set to none while we're in our main menu level. And let's save that. Now we can make a widget, and let's call that main menu HUD. Something like that. You can call it anything you want. Let's save. And let's go into our main menu HUD. So now that we're in here, what we're going to want to do is grab... Well, first let's just open up all these. Annoyingly, they're all closed. But once they're all open, let's go and find a vertical box. Let's place that in the middle. Sort of like that. Let's make it 600 wide, 800 tall, something like that. Cool, so we're centered like that. And then we can grab an image, just like that. Now I am using some assets from a game that we are making at the moment, so we can just grab that, and now we want to size this properly so it fits. About like that will do. Then we're going to want to grab 3 buttons, which will be a play button, options button, and a quit button. So on all these 3, we can make sure that they're aligned to center like that. Let's grab some text, and let's make the top one play. Let's make the middle one options. And let's make the bottom one quit. Now let's make sure that we also rename our buttons here, just so it's easier for us when we're in blueprint graphs to keep track of what we're doing. So this is our play button, this is our options button, and this of course is our quit button. And while we're at it, let's just call this game logo. I also have some images that we can use. You can use whatever you want. I'm just using this here as an example. But I have these sorts of images here, which are again pulled from the game that we're making. And I have 2 different ones here. I've got one that's just plain like that, and then I have another one here which is got a green background on it, which basically highlights it for when it's selected. So we want to have them on here. Make sure that that's not draw as box. We want that as image, if you're using an image file like that. And now we can, let's set these all onto fill. And then we can just make it so that they take up as much space as they want. Okay, we could even make the text a little bit bigger just to fill in some of this space. That's maybe a little bit too big. Cool. And then what we can do is, with the use of spaces just in between all of our different widgets, we can then make it so that the buttons aren't so big. Let's give them some actual spacing between each other. So for instance, if I've got all these selected and I do 30, see how it gives each of them a little bit of a gap? Let's go 60 actually. So now it looks like that. Cool, cool. Let's compile and save. And again, you can make this any sort of layout or style that you want. This is just what we're going for here for this team play. And it also looks good with the sort of assets that I've pulled from the game. So now what we can do is go to play button, and then we can go on clicked. We don't have to worry about that stuff, at least not at the moment. And then we can do open level, and what did I have the other one called? Tut map 1, tutorial map 1. Now this is case sensitive, by the way, so you want that to be exactly like that. If you want to be a bit more complex with this, you can have some sort of level streaming system, but this is good enough for any simple project. Like this, it just works, you know. Which means that whenever we're in the main menu and we click on play, it'll just take us straight to your gameplay level. Now we want to have a quit button. Click on clicked. Now something that I find very useful for quit buttons is having a small little pop-up to basically ask us if we are sure we want to quit, because it's really annoying to click on a button without us really wanting to, and it just closes the entire program. So what we're going to do is, you know what, we don't even have to grab an image, because this will all be on a black background because the main menu has nothing in it. So what we could actually do is when we click on that, let's set the visibility to hidden on the main part of our main menu here. So that'll be our game logo, the options button, the play. Actually, you know what? There's a simpler way to do it. Sorry about that. We could turn our vertical box into a variable and call this main menu vert box or something like that. Now we've got that here, and then we could just use that as hidden, and then it'll hide everything that is a child to that. So now that we've done that, we can then make a new vertical box, just like that. Let's make that 400 by 500 by 200. Minus 250 there, and minus 100 there. Cool. So let's pretend that that's all hidden, and then we can add text to the top of this, and the text will say confirm quit ? Or you know, you can have that say anything. You can make it say, are you sure you want to quit? While we're here, let's actually turn that into a variable. Confirm quit close box. Okay, and then if we want to have the buttons on top of each other, yes or no, we can just leave it like that. But if we want them side by side, which is what I'm thinking of doing, we can add a horizontal box inside here. And just for simplicity, let's go and grab one of our already made buttons, come into here and add 2 of them like that. Let's make this a little bit bigger actually. Cool. And I think we'll add just a little bit of a spacer in between them. Yeah, just like that, 15 should do. That's also quite stretched tool-wise, so we can go to the vertical box that we just made. And at the bottom here, yep, just like that. And then we can add like quit, and then on the other one back, you know, something like that. Let's call this quit app button, or you know what, confirm quit button. That's gonna make more sense because we already have a thing here called quit button, so confirm quit button. Yep. Quit go back, and then on our quit button we can go on clicked and we can just say quit game. Yep. And then on our back button we can just basically copy and paste this and set that back to visible. Now on our confirm quit close box we can grab that and make it so that when the main part of the main menu closes, then this will be visible. Copy and paste that, same rules here but inverted. Let's make that hidden. Compile and save to save our progress. And cool, that is done. We go back here and we have an options menu here. In this tutorial we won't be actually making the whole options menu itself. We will leave that for another video. But just to add in the sort of template area where we could put the option stuff in, I'm gonna add button there. Make it so that the main, you know, this part here closes when we actually click on it. That's all good. And now with that we could add in something like you know, we have like a vertical box here or something. Actually no, we don't want that there. That's just attached itself to here even though it's been hidden. Cool, so like that. And then we can make this like 1200 wide by like 900 tall or something like that. Just enough space for us to fit the options in. Let's center that. Oh, there we go. And then even though we won't fill in anything here yet, in terms of actual options, we could for now just add some text at the top that says this is the options menu, basically. You know, so we could go options, and then let's copy and paste a button. That is a really big button. You know, it doesn't have to be that tidy. Like, we will come back to this in a different tutorial video, so for now we could just leave it like that. We'll name that to apply because it'll be like applying and saving our options. Options apply button. let's also call this the options vert box. So then on our options button, we can now add it in, so we make it visible on click. There it is, options vert box, visible. And then of course when we have our apply button here, you know, like later on we'd make it more complicated and add in things where we could save it to a file. But you know, it's just the inverted of that. Cool, so compile and save. And that should be the gist of it done. Obviously we'll add in stuff there in a different video. Cool, so we have our confirm close button. And then, cool. So it'll be like that. Now, if we actually go and play right now, like it won't actually do anything. So we're gonna have to go to our level blueprint, and on event begin play, we're gonna want to, oh, I can't actually remember how you do this. The thing with the mouse, we want to make it so that we can actually, oh actually, first thing we should do is set input mode. Let's set that to UI only. Get our player controller. The widget to focus, we'll actually move that along there because we can then input that in there once we've created our widget. Let's create our widget. Our owning player is, you know what, we could just borrow our get player controller there. Let's add in our main menu HUD, and this is very important. We want to add to the viewport. Cool, just like that. And then, yes, there it is, the show mouse cursor, and we want to set that to on. Cool. And that should be done. Let's compile and save, and let's test this. Okay, so one thing that I forgot to do is that all of these are set to basically be turned on invisible or from default, which I forgot we should make them hidden. So basically they've all just appeared right on the start. And for continuity, let's just make that visible instead of self-hit to visible. Cool, that's all done. Now if we try it, there we go. It's all there, and we highlight it, our buttons light up. We got quit, confirm quit, back, cool, quit. It actually closed us out of it. Cool, cool. It doesn't want me to F11 for some reason. Options, yeah, we got that. Options will go in there. And if we go to our play button, it put us inside the game. Now, when we do that, we should make sure that our mouse goes hidden and then the input mode goes back into game. So let's go to tutorial map. And inside this level blueprint, let's go begin play, set input mode, game only, get player controller. I am really bad at typing. And then let's go set show. Oh. I am terrible at set show mouse cursor, and let's have that unticked. Cool, compile and save. Let's go back to our main menu. Cool, cool. We click on play, and there you go. And you know, of course, later you would add in a thing where it would be like a pause menu within the game during the like gameplay level, where you could add a quit button there, and it'll just take you back to the main menu area. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the basics. And if you want any questions answered, you can ask them in the comment section below. I will hopefully be quick to respond. And yeah, thank you. If you would like to support what we do here, not just making these helpful videos for you guys out there, but we also develop video games. You can see here we have a game that we're working on called Polyrun. If you'd like to support us, we do have a Patreon that'll be in the description. We also have our other social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook. You can catch updates there and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, once again guys, thank you. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you next time. See ya.